I would like to begin by thanking my parents, my brother, my abuelo, and my boyfriend for not only serving as foundational pillars in my personal, professional, and spiritual development, but for supporting me in pursuing a career where I could directly, with a pen to paper, draft legislation and shape policy for the greater good. I would like to thank WCPI, including Sydney and Cheryl, for serving as incredible mentors and for selecting me to be one of the fellows. And I also would like to extend a warm hug and congratulations to my fellowship classmates, Maria, Pooja, and Bree. A special thank you to the PepsiCo team, including Kenny, Taylor, and Rafael, for funding WCPI's critical mission to bridge the gender gap in policymaking and to advance bipartisanship. A little about myself is I was born in DC and raised in Fairfax County. I'm a first-generation American with Peruvian and Uruguayan roots. I graduated from the College William & Mary in 2019 with a double major in government and Latin American studies. Then I moved to Spain to pursue a master's in human rights at the Universidad de Navarra, where I successfully wrote and defended a thesis on the human rights crisis in Venezuela. Prior to my work on the Hill, I worked in lobbying and advocacy at the Property Rights Alliance, a project of Americans for Tax Reform, where I led efforts to diminish taxes and trade barriers, as well as to protect property rights as natural rights. To date, I am heavily involved at the grassroots level as a precinct captain and am an active volunteer for the Fairfax GOP. I can confidently say that WCPI's Women and Public Policy Fellowship for the Republican staff at the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission served as the perfect avenue to apply my academic and professional experience. At work, I am given the gift of amplifying the voices of the most vulnerable while promoting the inherent dignity of all people at home and abroad. All of this done across party lines. This has definitely changed my impression of Washington for the better. It has been an honor working at the commission and collaborating with the personal office of Representative Christopher H. Smith, who is the second most senior member and ranks first for enacting bills into law in the House of Representatives. Not only is he a true champion of human rights, religious liberty, and anti-human trafficking efforts, but he is a principled leader that deeply cares for his staffers, his constituents, other members of Congress, and mankind. I would like to thank Mary Noonan, the Chief of Staff, Mary Vigil, the Legislative Director, and the rest of the Smith team for welcoming me with open arms while trusting me with increasing responsibility. During my fellowship, I drafted letters to the Biden administration, staffed high-profile meetings and hearings, wrote press releases and resolutions, and drafted speeches, opening remarks, and questions for the record. In addition, behind the scenes, I managed all technology and logistics for hearings, as well as led the SBOP's appropriations portfolio. All of my accomplishments I credit to my colleagues, Junan, John, Patrick, and my supervisor, Piero Tozzi, the Republican staff director of the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission and senior policy advisor and counsel for Representative Christopher Smith. He served as a pivotal mentor by imparting to me significant insight on the ins and outs of the Hill and giving me helpful feedback on my work assignments. Like Representative Smith, Piero truly cares about his staff, and I know genuinely cares about my soul and my character. Piero has extensive experience on the Hill, working as the staff director and counsel for the HVAC subcommittee on Africa, global health, and global human rights. Prior to that, he worked in big law and later in the nonprofit field, advancing religious liberty, the importance of the family, and human rights, with a focus on Africa, Latin America, and Asia. He received his JD from Fordham University and his Bachelor's of Arts from Columbia University. Piero, you have been such an exemplary boss and mentor, and within such a short period of time, I have learned so much from you. You have given me invaluable gifts that I will carry throughout the rest of my life. Your workability to go the extra mile and your mission to serve as many people as you can for the greater good inspires me to be a better professional, sister, daughter, and overall person. I greatly enjoyed our conversations on pressing political matters or classic movies and books. It is now my great pleasure to introduce Piero Tozzi.
Well, thank you, Giorgina, for such a kind and warm introduction. I really do appreciate it. And I really do appreciate WCPI for once again sending such an outstanding fellow to work with me at the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission, which is a bipartisan congressional commission dealing with human rights. And I believe that our fellows should be given responsibility. I do try to make the fellowship meaningful and kind of throw them into right into the deep end of the pool. But in Giorgina's case, she really got a battlefield promotion, because in the middle of appropriation season, that's one of the craziest times here in Congress, I got COVID. So I was out of commission, and Giorgina had to step into the breach, and she did a fantastic job dealing with what was one of Congress's most important duties, getting appropriations letters, appropriations requests for some very important international programs, getting co-sponsors to join into our letters, and getting these requests into the appropriators. So thank you so much, Giorgina, for really stepping up to the task for that in my absence. Then another thing that Giorgina did, one of the important things that we do at the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission, are hearings on human rights topics. And I want to call out two particular hearings where Giorgina played an absolutely essential role. The first one was on a war crimes tribunal to hold Vladimir Putin and Russian soldiers who've committed atrocities in the Ukraine accountable for such atrocities. And Giorgina was involved soup to nuts on that hearing, helping draft and edit opening statements for the congressmen, working on questions for the witnesses, and also the technical aspects. I'm, not quite. I'm not a baby boomer. I'm just a little bit after, but my technical skills are not as good. But fortunately, Giorgina, being a young millennial, I guess that's what it is now, she really stepped in and helped a tremendous amount. And then the other hearing that we did where she played a great role was on organ harvesting in China. And I don't know if people are aware, but you have Uyghurs, Falun Gong members in concentration camps, and you have these religious dissidents, the Falun Gong, who are actually being culled and their organs are being taken. And this is one of the most horrific human rights abuses. It was a very sobering hearing. But again, Giorgina really stepped in and played an essential role there. The other thing that I want to commend and where she's been invaluable are her Spanish language skills. Obviously, we cover Latin America as part of our human rights portfolio, and having Giorgina, who's fluent, bilingual in Spanish. In fact, she got a master's degree from a university in Spain in human rights. So she knows the subject matter and is able to converse very eloquently in Spanish, just helped a tremendous amount. We had a number of meetings with Spanish speakers where having her as part of the team proved to be invaluable. And finally, just to wrap up, I just want to say what a pleasure it has been to have Giorgina on staff. She always has a cheerful personality, a very positive mental attitude, which is so important. And I'm just really excited, Giorgina, about your future, your intelligence, your eagerness to pitch in, eagerness to learn and to take on new and challenging assignments. If I had a crystal ball, I would predict a very outstanding and stellar career for you. So again, Giorgina, thank you very much, and WCPI, thank you very much.